Hi, I'm Neil. I, along with my partner, Dr. Alexander Lehner, am a co-founder of the social enterprise, the BERG. I've been asked to put together a video uh, really detailing how your sponsorship of the BERG, how your social impact funds will go about making the population and your local communities healthier, increasing health span and well-being. And in trying to get that message across, or thinking about how to get that message across, I'm kind of reminded of a scene from the movie Independence Day 2. Please excuse my choice in movies. Um, but towards the end of the movie, the past president, the guy from the first movie, is about to sacrifice himself in order to save the day, to save humanity, and his daughter is busy pleading with him not to do this, telling him he's already saved mankind once. And his response to her is to say, I'm not trying to save mankind, I'm just trying to save you. And really, that message hits home in terms of the BERG, because the BERG is looking to channel your social impact funding into improving our ability to recover from and to stop getting or prevent getting in the first place an entire range of chronic diseases. And chronic diseases include things like diabetes, heart disease, stroke, a number of cancers, dementia, depression, anxiety. And all of us are directly impacted by one, if not more, of these chronic diseases, either in our own lives or within the our immediate circles. We all know what it's like to see somebody struggling with chronic disease, chronic illness, and we know that this is getting worse because it's reducing the health span of our population. So, health span being the number of years in which we can be expected to live in good health, as against lifespan, which is simply how long we're going to live. So, according to some stats that I've got in front of me over here, the current expected age of good health, in other words, health span in the UK, has declined to 62.4 years for men and 60.9 years for women. And these are pre COVID figures. And these numbers are continuing to decline. This drop in healthy life expectancy needs to be put in context of the fact that we have 11 million individuals in the UK already over the age of 65. That's about 19% of our population. And over the next 10 years, this is expected to grow to about 13 million individuals, or 22% of the population. So we can understand why um, we all are directly or intimately knowledgeable or of somebody who is suffering, I would say, unnecessarily from a chronic disease. And government is aware of this because they've actually have an initiative. So government has an ambition, and I'm just reading this from a government policy statement, to enhance healthy life expectancy by 5 years by the year 2035, and also to narrow the gap between the differences between the poorer and wealthier parts of our society. The challenge that we have is that most, if not all, of the research funding at the moment is channeled towards trying to find a drug target. In other words, the research funding looking at health and health span is going to organizations that are looking to find a drug target so they can market and or they can manufacture and market a product um, to treat the symptoms of this rather than to find a cure. And this is the gap in the market that the BERG is looking to fill. So the BERG mission is to channel your social impact funding into developing the independent future science and scientists tackling health and health span in our population group, and then taking that information and disseminating it back. And what I mean by that is currently, um, when research is undertaken, whether that's a PhD or a postdoctorate, a doctoral research study, the research gets undertaken. It generally ends up, if it's good research, being published in a scientific or medical journal somewhere. And that's where it goes, if you excuse the bad choice of phrase, but to die. Um, and what I mean by that is that it becomes an academic work, and it becomes somebody else's challenge to filter through all these academic journals and try to find ways of implementing some of the solutions that they find. So the BERG-F is all about channeling your social impact funding into research, into independent research, but then also collating that research afterwards and translating that research into actionable strategies, and then working with community based organizations to be able to implement those strategies. So, the economic benefit of your social impact funding via the BERG-F comes to reducing the cost or the cost burden of healthcare within the population. It also comes down to increasing productivity, because that's really, really important within all our organizations.
There
We
are
see
three different opportunities that we've created for you to get involved with the BERG-F. So we have what we call our crowd-funded research opportunity, which is designed for those who want to dip their toes in the water or who have smaller social impact budgets, which allows you to commit smaller amounts to the BERG-F, which goes into our kitty towards funding research again across our projects. We also have an opportunity for organizations who want to get behind a specific PhD candidate or project to fully fund a studentship for a PhD. And we also have opportunities for those who would like to get more strategically involved with the BERG-F and form a long term partnership in carrying our project forward. More detail on all those opportunities is provided in the links below. And we really, really look forward to hearing from organizations who want to get behind us, get behind the research, but most importantly, who want to get behind improving the health and life expectancy and health span and health expectancy of those around us, because that's what it's all about. We thank you for your interest.